So first things first, what we're gonna do, I'm gonna cook the bacon in the oven because I prefer it in the oven. It gets nice and crispy and it renders out all the fat. And then to the whole thing, I'm gonna add maybe 1 tablespoon of nice light olive oil. Next, one of the most important elements actually of a great BLT sandwiches is making sure that all the key elements are absolutely perfect. So this one is the mayonnaise. So really simply enough, I'm just going to start, because the mayonnaise is basically just egg and olive oil for those of you who didn't know that. I'm going to start with just putting an egg yolk. I'm going to add just a small teaspoon of mustard. Even half a teaspoon is fine, which is basically black truffles, really finely minced. It's great to put in sauces and stuff. I'm just going to use 1 teaspoon right in the egg yolk. Some black pepper. A pinch of sea salt, just to go right in there. And then we're going to close it up. Open up a small lid on top. If I can get it to open. There you go. And then we're going to turn it on, and while I turn it on, I'm going to give a slow drizzle of olive oil. Now I'm going to keep looking at it to make sure I'm not putting too much oil. I just want enough to make it look nice and creamy and white. It's not going to be fluffy because we're doing it in the blender, but that's the fastest way to do it. Now to finish off, I'm just going to add maybe 1 or 2 tablespoons of lemon juice just to really get everything going nice and together. Once you see that the oil has mixed well with everything else and that there's no separation anymore, it's basically ready. Your bread is obviously a very important component, so you want to make sure that it's not too thick and not too thin. I use it as a reference. Usually 2/3 of my thumb is usually good for me. Then we're going to toast them and then lightly butter them. Once the bacon's ready out of the oven, you see it's nice and crispy. I'm just going to put it into a white towel just to pat it dry of the oil. Now we're basically done to plate. So I've got my bread here. Put a little bit of butter just in the center just to make it nicely melt. And then I've got my black truffle mayonnaise. So I'm going to put about the whole thing, just maybe 1 nice tablespoon on one side only. Then I'm going to take my beautiful tomato here, plop one right in the center. So now I'm going to take the bacon, trim down a bit, see? And then I'm going to put it right there in the middle as well. Okay. Next I'm going to take some nice crisp lettuce that I dipped in ice cold water, and then I'm going to cut it just enough to cover the sandwich. And then I'm just going to cover it with the other piece of toast. And we've got a perfect BLT. Now what you want to do is you want to cut it, so we're just going to press it down just a little bit, not too much of a squash. Use a serrated knife, very important, and we're just going to cut through it. You want to go back and forth as much as possible so that you don't break up the sandwich too much. And then we're just going to put that in a beautiful plate.